Triple S here, bringing you Utah Jazz basketball on NBA 2K17. We started off the season 4-16. Since then, we have gone 24-19 and whittled away at a playoff spot. The New Orleans Pelicans hold that 8th and final playoff spot. They are 3 games ahead of us, and we face them here in Salt Lake City in a huge matchup. Oklahoma City at 31-32. The Jazz here. We are 28-35. George Hill to get things started here in the first quarter. Pelicans leading by 3. Down to Favors on the left block. Back to Rudy Gobert to Hill. Hill drives up and under. Lay it up with the right hand. New Orleans leads by 6. Late in the first, Ricky Rubio around the Withy screen to Withy. Withy dishes it underneath to Derek Favors, who flushes it with 2 hands in the paint. Derek Favors over Anthony Davis. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Rubio from the top of the key misses the shot. It's rebounded by Withy. Withy maybe got away with a little bit of a travel there, but he throws it down with one hand. It's 26-22 at the end of the first quarter in favor of the Pels. Here's Hayward around the Gobert screen. Hayward to the right side. Back up to Alec Burks. Top of the key. Looking down the barrel. Hits the 3. 38-33 in favor of the Pelicans. George Hill on the left side. Looking to Boris Diaw. Diaw around the screen of Hayward. Hayward back to the middle. Into the paint. Up and in. He's fouled. 47-41 in favor of the Pelicans. Here is Dellavedova. Dellavedova to the right side to Buddy Hield. Hield with the 3, strokes it from the right side, 50-41 in favor of the Pelicans. They lead by 6 at the break, shooting 48%. 20 rebounds apiece. Buddy Hield pours in 17 for New Orleans. 11-point lead in the third quarter now. Drew Holiday knocks down the 3. 59-45 in favor of New Orleans. New Orleans leading by 15 now. Alec Burks on the left side, down to Favors on the block. Favors with the right hand, reverse dunk. 70-57 at the end of the third. Pelicans with the lead, trying to hold on and put more distance between them and us in that playoff race. Here is Trey Lyles, floater down the lane. Cuts the lead to 12. We're here in the fourth quarter. Buddy Hield around the screen, and he continues to pour shots in for New Orleans as they run away with this one, 96-80. It is now a 4-game lead for the Pelicans over us in the Western Conference for that 8th and final playoff spot with 17 games to go. A very tough situation for us to be in, but we will keep fighting until the bitter end. Alec Burks with 14 points, Favors with 13 and 10. Good defense for the Pelicans. The Jazz couldn't get anything going as Anthony Davis has 22 and 13 for them. Next up for the Jazz, the Houston Rockets. Without Aaron Gordon, Ryan Anderson will play, but he is injured. The Rockets right now sit at 5th place in the Western Conference. They would face the San Antonio Spurs in the first round if the playoffs started today. So we'll keep our eye on the New Orleans Pelicans as they're facing the Toronto Raptors here as we face the Houston Rockets from Houston. 20th year anniversary from John Stockton's 3-point shot to send the Jazz to their first ever NBA Finals. In honor of that, we're wearing throwback uniforms from that game. Around a screen, Rodney Hood hits the shot from the top of the key. Jazz lead by 8 early. Top of the key, here's Beasley over to Monte Eunice from the right side. Elbow extended, he hits the shot. Jazz lead 25-20 at the end of the first. Over to the left side to James Harden. Harden around Alec Burks. Harden in the lane. Double clutch. Shot goes. 28-24 for Utah. Rockets have taken the lead now. Trevor Ariza pulls up, firing from the left side. Shot goes down. 33-28 in favor of the Rockets. 1-point lead for the Rockets now. Over to the left corner to Gordon Hayward. Hayward strokes the 3. Jazz lead 44-42 at the break. Favors 8 points, 12 rebounds for the Jazz. James Harden 11 points for Houston. Early in the third, George Hill around a screen, all the way to the hoop, up and under. Gets the shot to go, 48-44 for the Jazz. Over to the right side to Rodney Hood. Hood, guarded there by James Harden. Hood working as the shot clock expires, falls away from 20 and hits the shot. 64-63 in favor of the Rockets now. Here is Monte Eunice on the right side, down the lane for the hammer. Rockets lead by 1. Left corner to Alec Burks. Burks working on the block, backing it in, pump fake, up and under move. Rolls around the rim and goes 69-68 in favor of the Jazz with 8 seconds left. The Rockets would score 70-69 at the end of the third quarter in favor of Houston. Here is James Harden on the left side. Harden to Anderson at the top of the key. Right down the middle. Houston up 78-71. Anderson's hands are burning. Left side, Gordon Hayward off the inbounds pass, rattles in a three, cuts the lead to 3 with 6:35 to go in the game. Here is George Hill. Hill, guarded there by Beverly. Over to the left side to Hayward. Hayward from the elbow extended, knocks down the 3 from the left side. Here is Roddy Hood. Roddy Hood to Hayward. Hayward all the way to the hoop, over Anderson. Or was that Monty Unit? I think it was Anderson. Over Anderson for the flush. 94-90. Jazz with the lead with 1:40 to go. Here's James Harden going to the hole on Rodney Hood, and he gets all the way to the rack. We are all tied up at 94 at the end of regulation. We are headed to overtime. In overtime, the Rockets lead by 1. George Hill to the right side to Hayward. Hayward lets it fly. His shot goes. It's 101-99. The Jazz would not relinquish the lead after that. They go on to win this one 109-102 in Houston. A huge win for the Utah Jazz. They shoot 45%, 46% from downtown, 11-24. Jazz bench outscores the Rockets bench 46-33. James Harden with 29 points on 12 of 28 shooting, only 3 of 10 from downtown. For the Jazz, Gordon Hayward with 29 points, 7 of 11 from three-point land for Gordon Hayward. Favors with 14 points and 17 boards. Meanwhile, the New Orleans Pelicans fall to the Toronto Raptors in New Orleans 100-94. The Jazz inch a game closer to the Pels. Last game of this episode at Oklahoma City. The Thunder are healthy. Last time we played the Thunder, we beat them 102-97. Russell Westbrook played, but he was hurt in that game. Playing hurt, anyway. Jazz with the early lead, 12-8. Rodney Hood, high arcing shot from the top of the key. 15-8 in favor of Utah. 19-10 lead for the Jazz. Ricky Rubio, spin move on the left side, fall away from the elbow. 21-10 Utah, early in the first. Here is Joe Johnson underneath to Boris Diaw. And he puts it up and in, fouled there by Steven Adams. Helping on the backside, a nice lob pass over the top for Joe Johnson and the Jazz. Here's Ricky Rubio. Rubio dishes it off to Rodney Hood. Rodney Hood with the little 5-foot jumper. Jazz rolling early here in OKC. They lead 31-21 at the end of the first quarter. Early in the second now. Westbrook working on Rubio. A little fall away in the paint. Cuts the Jazz lead to 10. Here is Hill on the right side to Hayward. Hayward pulls up. No. Rebound. Tipped up and in by Derek Favors. Jazz lead by 20 now. They are rolling. Here's Anthony Morrow from the top of the key. Shot goes down off the back of the rim and in. Cuts the lead to 17 for the Jazz. 15-point lead now. Hayward on the right side. Hayward. Shot clock winding down. Turnaround. Fall away shot. Nothing but net. High degree of difficulty shot there by G Money. Here's left side. Hayward. Hayward into the lane to Favors. Favors little floater. Shot goes down for Favors at 57-38 in favor of the Jazz. Here is George Hill. Hill going 2 for 1 at the end of the first half. Hill knocks down the 3. From the top of the key, George Hill with a gentle push in a mild arc. The old cowhide globe hits home. And the Jazz with a 60-42 lead at the break. 57% from the field for Utah. Gobert with 10 points, 8 rebounds. Here is Favors in the third quarter. It gets over to the left side to Hayward, and Hayward continues his hot shooting. 71-58 in favor of the Jazz. Here is Ricky Rubio off a screen, looking down the barrel. 74-58 Utah, halfway through the third. Towards the end of the third now, Russell Westbrook spin move back to the right side down the baseline over Ricky Rubio, and he raises the roof like it's 1999. 86-75, Jazz with the 11-point lead. Here is Boris Diaw, hands to Lyles. Trey Lyles with a fall-away shot good. The Jazz offense was bogging down. They went deep into the bench, and Lyles answered the call. Here is Westbrook down the left side with the right hand. He flushes it over Boris Diaw as he beats everybody down the floor off of a turnover by the Jazz. Ilyasova now pushes it ahead to Westbrook on the left side. Westbrook steps back, launches the 3. No, rebound Steven Adams with the flush. 6-point game, 8-point game now for the Jazz. Here's Westbrook. Fall-away shot from the corner. It is good. It is 92-87, 5-point lead. Jazz lead by 7 now. Here's Favors. Favors with a nice dish finds George Hill down the right side off the screen for the layup. It's 101-92. Jazz lead by 8 now. Here's Favors. Faves backing in on Ilyasova. Faves. Turnaround. Fall-away shot. No. But the smallest man on the floor, George Hill, able to put it back on the rebound. 106-98. Here's Rodney Hood from the top of the key. They just give him 2 for that. It looked to me like he was behind the line, but the Jazz go on to win this one 110-100. The second huge victory in this episode, the last one at the Houston Rockets. This one at OKC. Unfortunately, they lost to the Pelicans to start this episode off. So they now pull within 2 games of the Pelicans for that 8th and final playoff spot. Hayward with 24 points for the Jazz, Rudy Gobert 14 and 13, and George Hill with a career-high 13 assists for Utah. The Pelicans lost to Charlotte, and the Mavericks happened to beat the Suns. The Lakers lose to the 76ers, so we see the updated playoff picture here. The Pelicans in the 8th spot, the Mavericks 9th, as you see another view of it. The Mavericks in 9th, the Jazz in 10th at 30 and 36, 2 games back. The Lakers also at 30 and 36, 2 games back as well. So the Jazz do face the Pelicans one more time. Their season is done with the Mavericks, though. They lost all 4 games, so hopefully we don't tie them.